Good afternoon and welcome to Civic Space TV, Women at the Frontline, Women Rise Here, where we bring to you women with different stories from different sectors to share their journeys, and, pick up a few things from them which can inspire ourselves and also our journeys in our various callings of life. And to join me today is a young woman from the digital sector. Many of us know the power that technology has come with, the revolution it has come with, and it has so many opportunities which we are yet to explore. And we thought that it's important we, harness that opportunity, the opportunities in the digital sector, and to begin us that journey, that discussion on how we can take advantage of the ICT, sector is somebody who is a pioneer, trailblazer in this sector, who has started a business using IT or the digital networks that she has. And so it was important we pick some things from her and see if we can get more women in this sector, as it is our calling here to spread out as, women, call out more women in the different sectors. So we'd like to have a conversation how the digital sector is and how women can open up. Vaolah, I'm so delighted to welcome you on this set today, as we have a chat on that sector of yours is a bit elusive to many of us, especially in my age group and above. So I'm glad you're here today.
Thank you for having me. And My name is Vaolah Amumpaire. I'm the founder and CEO of Wena. Wena is a virtual hardware store. We are basically digitizing the construction sector.
For some reason, I thought Wena was like an organization or something. So when you talk of business online, it triggers, many things in mind.
Yes, we are an organization, in this case, a business entity that is digitizing the construction sector, from construction materials to professionals to saving and financing your construction project. That is, our wallet helps you to save towards the materials that you intend to have.
Wow.
We also have the material calculator for those who don't know how to know how many bricks they need for their different walls, perimeter wall, or maybe even an actual house that is being constructed. All those are found.
So it's a whole range of services.
Yes.
And it's quite a lot, and I would like you to unpack it for our viewer, but later, before that, would like to get to know more, a little bit about you, just a little, and then we discuss a little bit about the digital sector.
Okay.
Or digitalization generally. What are the opportunities? What are the challenges? How can women peg into this, sector? What are the opportunities which are available for us to thrive in it like you are? Yeah, so
briefly about myself, I went to Mary Hill High School for my O-level. I then joined Veranyanji Girls for my A-level and joined Makerere University Business School, where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in international business.
Not civil engineering.
No.
Because what you do. Yeah.
And later on, I went on to be a professional marketer with Chartered Institute of Marketing. So I am a professional marketer by practice and training.
When you say marketer, is there a difference between market and marketeering?
Yes.
Because I think I am more familiar to marketeering, and now you're introducing a new concept.
Professionals, because the body that charters marketers, or CIM specifically in this case, is a UK body, and they call professional marketers and not marketeers.
Wow.
I think marketeers is an American word and marketers is English.
So it's just an issue of English.
Yes, American
English and the British.
Yes.
But we are Ugandan.
I imagine so.
We use British English, but we are more familiar with marketeers.
I think because most people who are in the job are not really professionals. Maybe that's why it's not an issue, or that's why it's common that they are referred to as marketeers.
Wow, I think that's an interesting topic. So how is it like marketers, how are women faring in that marketers field? Is it something that we can, harness,
Yes, I know of lots of them that are in this space, that are professional marketers, that are also public relations officers. I think most people used to assume that it's a job for the beautiful, ladies.
Okay.
But it's a profession. You go to school, you earn it, you study and graduate,
Practice it.
yes, and become what they are. So I think women are excelling at this job. And most women are in related fields such as customer experience, customer service, sales. These are related professions that all work hand in hand with marketing.
Okay, so it's not about going on the billboards and having your beautiful self there and,
No.
marketing a certain brand and product like that.
No, you don't have to be a model. Actually, marketing and sales are more of arts and sciences combined than what people actually see of models, and someone is behind crafting what models should pose, how models should speak, the way they speak about brands, and all that is a work of a marketer and a sales team.
Wow. Quite interesting.
Thank
but I
you.
think it's a field for women. Women can fare well in it.
They are actually excelling at it. Maybe just to complete about myself, I later did a number of postgraduate courses, including emerging markets in entrepreneurship in emerging markets. That's the whole name of the program at Harvard University.
Whoa!
And
Harvard.
Yes. And for me, the reason why I enrolled for that program was to be able to understand Africa as an emerging market, and later on practice entrepreneurship in this emerging
markets.
Yes.
When you talk about emerging markets, those mean areas which are not really exhausted in terms of investment and which offer opportunity to many people.
Yes, just maybe briefly to say those are next big markets. Yes, they are just becoming bigger by day.
This must be an interesting conversation, because personally I'm very interested in such kind of things where there are opportunities, emerging opportunities. So for the viewer who is out there, I think this is something to look out for, how we can, because everyone is looking out for the opportunity which is untapped, and that's what your discussion is really all about today. And I'm very interested in, because I need to invest in those opportunities. Yeah.
Thank you. So you asked me about what opportunities are there for women in the digital space, both women and men, but now we are focusing on women. I'll share briefly how I got into the digital space, because from what I studied in school and what I have so far mentioned, there was not an opportunity for me to do business on the digital world, or in the digital space. So I got my first job as a digital marketer. I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
I mean, with this revolution, things are changing every other day.
Yes, so I went to YouTube and learned everything I had to do, from what it meant that as a digital marketer, what was expected of me. So first off, for somebody who has never learned anything, who has never done anything, it means that with digital platforms, you're able to learn something new, a skill. You can learn how to cook off YouTube. We women love to cook, nice food for our family, for our friends. So even when you don't know how to cook,
you can learn
online.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity for women. But in the business sense, or how to make money off that, even if you already know how to cook nice food, you can actually get customers off the digital platforms. You could take pictures with your phone, upload them on, even if it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whichever platform, and you'll be able to cost and attract customers. You could maybe start off with cooking for a small group of people. You could be cooking for large groups of people, depending on what your actual expertise is, and you'll start to make money off using just a digital platform to be able to earn. Fast forward, for those who already have so many followers, almost every platform has how to monetize that specific platform. It could be Twitter, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram. if you can, you could start soliciting for ads for people to advertise directly on your platform. You could have a rate card and say, maybe if I'm posting your business in the morning, this is how much I'm going to charge. So it means that you have to keep tabs on your numbers. You have to do what we call analytics. All platforms have those numbers that show you how many people are online at what time. So if you're coming to me as a business owner, it means you have to show me how your traffic is interacting with you
on your page.
Yes, on your page. So it means that you can actually earn from that by posting people's businesses, by sharing content that is paid for. It could be people promoting, maybe selling tickets, event tickets, and you earn commission because you know that your following by default is interested in
certain things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you start off by promoting events, by selling tickets, by selling advertising space. So women can actually make money on their digital
So it's
accounts.
not about posting our beautiful pictures. I see young people with all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Posting beauty.
Actually,
Generally.
even that alone can earn you money because you're looking beautiful naturally, yes, but other people look beautiful because either they've made makeup, they have makeup on, they've made nice hair, they have a certain blouse. So if you tag all the different service providers in your post and the links or people who are interested reach out, you could have maybe commission of every person. Maybe you could have even a promo code and say, if you contact Vaolah Salon and give them this code,
they will get a discount.
Yes, a discount. Sometimes it could be an actual discount. Sometimes it could be a code that specific salon is tracking.
Wow.
How many people you've actually brought into their business. So women should utilize their spaces.
Interesting.
And make money.
Many of us fear the media, women and the media. It's been a battle. I don't know if now with the digitalization it's going to change. And of course, getting knowledge in this sector needs a whole training, probably of a whole day, 2 days. And it's a continuous engagement. People get more training on how to use their digital spaces to make money because that is attractive. But how would somebody start? You know,
yes.
Where would I start from? For example?
First of all, it takes me back to my profession, branding. How do you want people to relate with you and your brand? What do you want people online to know you for? So if you want to be a beauty queen, so be it. And that means that you can easily sell beauty-related products.
Yeah.
Either things relating to fashion and design, things relating to cosmetics, hair, and all those things that come off with looking good and being trendy. If you want people to know you as a party animal or the person with an explore and interesting places to go, then you can make money off that by reviewing places and you get paid for that. By reviewing food, you know, there are people who are paid
good
for
at
just
that.
Yes, who are reviewed for testing food and mentioning restaurants
which are good.
Yes. So you can actually start by defining what you want people to know you for.
Wow.
And you make money specifically in that sector.
Field.
Yes. And what I have seen, those who are trying it out, you don't want to be mistaken and have and confuse your viewers or your audience. Today you're talking about beauty and fashion, and then tomorrow you're talking about, I don't know, a whole different sector. For us, it is okay. You're not a robot, you know. I mean, you eat
have
food,
different things you do and
but
interested in.
Some things are extremes. You find that at some point someone is talking about something, and at another point they are talking about something completely different. So if you're intentional about making money, your brand is very important, and how you represent that brand is the way you're going to make money or not make money. Because brands want to relate with who is leading in that sector. And for you to be leading, you have to start off somewhere and be consistent and intentional about it.
So supposing I'm a politician with the blue tick on my page, Twitter page, or I am known for women leadership, like we are talking about women leadership here. How can I make that work for me in terms of income?
So in what sector are you actually leading? Even leadership has sectors. You could be a leader in business, you could be a politician and leader in politics. So there are different income generating points or places that could earn you money. For example, conferences. There are people who are calling people to have paid for attendance in certain conferences. If you're the go-to person that this organization is going to say, we need so and so, people call them influencers, yes, but they need you to influence for them that event. Maybe sell tickets, so you should have a red card.
Okay.
Especially if you know your value and your worth, your red card should not be as cheap as anyone else's. But also you could be a thought leader who is looked out for to speak about certain topics. And that also doesn't come cheap. So blue ticks are not just, things that people go and buy. Okay, people, are working hard towards the blue ticks, but you should be able to monetize that from your following. And that is through what you share, how consistent you are, and what your intentions are as a person. So women should be intentional about
that.
And also see how to make money off their industry and places where they think their expertise is in.
Vaolah, you have a lot of knowledge around this topic, and I hope that we can engage more with you in terms of just trying to panel beat us, women leaders, on how we can make money on social media, I mean on digital platforms. But before we go to another issue concerning your life journey, really, because this information is important for us who are trying to penetrate the media with difficulty. How then, I mean, in terms of recommendation, there are so many social media platforms. How can we engage in all of this? Because for me, I find it so draining. I have even failed to sustain my Facebook account. How do we manage all these social media accounts? Do they all have opportunity in them?
Yes. As I mentioned, depending on what you want to achieve, every social media platform is beneficial and has value. However, personally, as a business leader and as somebody whose business is tech-driven, I am on different social media platforms for me to keep tabs on what's happening, on what's new, on what's trending, and how I can actually reach my customers.
Wow.
But for personality, different personalities have different tastes. There are people who love to share pictures, so Instagram is the place. If you think you're going to deal in businesses that need more visuals, for example, maybe fashion, beauty, and related fields as those, then, or events and stuff like that, then TikTok. Instagram is the place. So if you want to go beyond the visual, because Instagram has still images. Okay, they also have reels and stuff, but it's known for the visuals, for the image, for the still, photos. Then if you want to add, maybe show a whole different, a short, clip of what you're doing, then TikTok is the thing that you're going to
engage with.
And also the audience at the end of the day.
Who is your target?
Who is your target audience? Because even if you're selling something nice that needs that, but your audience is not on TikTok, you being there does not really get you value. So it depends on what you're selling or who you intend to engage with and the product you're engaging them about. Wow. And then if you are very brainy and serious and you're reaching a certain mature audience, then Twitter would be the space for you to engage with. So you need to understand the audience, the product, and how to actually use the different platforms.
Wow. That's a whole lecture in a few minutes, and I know we need more of that. So I'd just like you to share your personal story. Perhaps somebody can be inspired, because we find problems, difficulty with using these platforms. You may use Facebook and then choose maybe Twitter, but other people may opt others. The majority of women I know are not on social media platforms. If they are there, Twitter, or if they are not there, they are basically limited, let's say limited with fear for the social media, for media generally, but also the drain it takes because of the multiple gender roles we have. You barely have time, no time to update your Twitter pages and
Yeah.
other things like
Yeah.
that. But we could hear from your story. Maybe it can encourage another person.
So when I
Yeah.
started as an inspiration of stories of Ugandans abroad that send money back home to friends and family for them to help them construct houses, but instead this money is used for their personal gains. So at that point, when I read different stories, I thought there was a business idea, and that's how I started.
You took advantage, opportunity.
So that I could bridge the gap. There are so many Ugandans in the diaspora, and they've always sent money to their relatives. So I thought of an online store that would bridge this gap. They pay directly using their Visa card, MasterCard, or whichever cards they use to transact, look through the products they have, and they shop, leave the address of where they want the items delivered to, and we deliver the items. That is how Wena started, and over time we've received requests from our clients who are asking, oh, I thank you for the tiles. People confirm they received them, but do you have someone you can recommend to fix these tiles? So that's then how we moved to professionals, because people who bought paint wanted a painter, people who bought, different things kept asking for professionals, and then that's how we grew the professionals. And people would then say, is it possible for me to buy things on credit? Construction is a bit tricky. I mean, what if you're roofing and you're done constructing? So I thought it a bit difficult for me to be able to give people items on credit.
Sorry.
But instead, I knew that there could be something, and that was a wallet, where you're able to save towards the items that you intend to buy at a time when you've accumulated the funds. And that's how the wallet service came in. So all our different services have been as a result of the customers we serve who ask for a certain service, and if it's within our means to include it on our platform, then we go ahead.
Simba Wakatiao, for the young entrepreneurs, the idea, business following an idea or a need or solving a problem, because it seems that nowadays we just begin business because another person is doing it. But being a business leader means also identifying what problem you're solving in society and addressing that one.
And how unique you're solving this problem. So it's been 5 years of us doing this business. The first 2.5 years, we were majorly serving the diaspora market because we understood they know how to shop online and they had the need for this service that we are offering. So in 2020, when COVID hit, then Ugandans appreciated buying items online. And that's when we thrived with Ugandans. So we then had both Ugandans living here and then Ugandans abroad.
Wow.
So after COVID, we retained our customers who are based here and who appreciated that even when they've been living here, they have a variety of items to pick from. The prices are transparent. They are able to choose. And they don't have to move from wherever they are. To go to a physical shop to buy items. So they find
especially
it very
for the
convenient.
busy professionals, careerists and all that.
And the fact that you can shop anytime, pay with whichever means you have, is such one of the things that people love about us.
Such a relief.
Yes.
Because I can't imagine going, I don't know where. We used to go to industrial area and then Chikubo, the wahala of Chikubo could kill you before you reach there. So now things are simpler. You just shop online, make your payments, and things are delivered at your doorstep.
Yes, and we do not just operate in Kampala, but countrywide. We operate in the entire country, even in my village. I've said there is a day when someone from my village called the business line. I was extremely excited that someone from my village can now use my service. Not that they know me, but when they mentioned where the items were to be delivered, I definitely knew, and I was really excited.
Wow, that's quite inspiring and exciting, I guess.
They were actually buying barbed wire for their farm,
Imagine.
I mean, barbed wire comes in as a construction material, but then they wanted it for their farm, and I was
And you
super
were able to do
excited.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, so we just like to break it down
Mm.
for our viewer in terms of the actual services and
Mm.
how you do them in this online
Yes.
linkages and synergies.
So
Mm.
either one can download our app called
Mm-hmm.
Wena,
Mm.
Wena. Wena mean, for those who keep asking, what does Wena mean? Wena is a Zulu word that
Mm.
means you. So
Mm.
we are literally your hardware store, your everything that you need for your
Online.
construction. Yes.
Wow.
Or you can check out our domain, www.wena.digital
Mm-hmm.
or wenahardware.com. Whichever way, you're going to be able to access our services and
Wow.
order for items, reach out, inquire for whatever it is that you need clarity on, and we'll be able to deliver as long as you leave the correct address of where you want the items delivered to.
So then after they've downloaded the app, they've ordered.
So they download the app, they'll browse through the products,
Mm-hmm.
they'll browse through our service, depending on the service they need, if they want professionals, if they want to use the wallet to save towards the items they want to
There is a
build.
saving service.
Yes.
You save until you are able to buy.
Buy items that you want to
Mm-hmm.
buy. If you want professionals, if you want to calculate how many items you want for a certain maybe wall, or how many iron bars you need or tiles you need for your floor, whatever it is that you need,
All
you
that is online.
yes, you'll be able to use our services. You will also, we are actually doing a system upgrade where you'll be using artificial intelligence to design your house or your space and first visualize it before
Before.
you go ahead to construct it, which is saving people a lot of money,
Wow.
because
Wow.
usually people demolish walls and demolish houses because they didn't imagine how what they are constructing would look like. So this is going to be a game changer, and it's going to save people a lot of money. And
Wow.
all that is on Wena.
I'm listening to you and I'm like, wow, where did this one come from? There's
Thank you.
a lot of potential in that sector, and I think we need to take more time on it. Of course, to our viewer, I'm speaking to a CEO of an online business, a digital business, who has won awards for being an entrepreneur in emerging markets, and she's a product that is being shared on BBC, shared on CNN, and also won so many awards around the topic we are having. And I know that many of our young people, the innovators, these are things we need to talk more about, because the future is digital.
Thank
But how
you.
can that future be female? The digital future be female as well, like we are having you right now here.
You mentioned something that
Mm.
most women are not on social media.
Mm.
Yes, social media and digital are close cousins,
Mm-hmm.
but they are
They're
also
different.
separate.
Okay.
Yes, because almost anyone can have a Gmail account, an email address, but not have a Facebook account.
Yeah.
So where do women want to start from? Do they want to just have email addresses, use Google to search for information?
Mm.
Usually people say, that's a woman, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we don't know certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So if women could take the initiative to educate themselves on certain things that they're interested in, even when they don't know much. For example, if you went to Google, you can search, how do I start selling clothes online? And Google will give you a detailed...
A teacher.
Yes.
Google is a teacher.
Yes, so it will give you a whole outline. So where do women want to start from? As long as you have access to a smartphone and internet, you're already connected to the online space. What are you then using the online space for? Is it for information? If you want to build something, use the same space that you're already on to learn how to build that thing. If you want to enhance your business, reach more customers, you can also Google how to, and then you're going to find all the different things. And the cheapest ways for you to reach more customers is actually using social media or digital platforms. And yes, we women are going to be in that future that is digital.
And I can tell you, this is something that disturbs many of us, because there is a saying that you are not wealthy until you have some income that comes in when you are sleeping. when you are not working like we are right
Yeah.
now here, and you're at home in your bed at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning, and money is coming into your account. So I guess
Yeah.
that's the kind of business you're running,
Yes.
because money comes in from nowhere, from different places. That's the kind of business we aspire to do, not the physical one where you have to be there. If you are not there, then there is no business. I mean, I would like you to share some of those valuable things that young people, young women need to take note, getting started, your values, your lessons along this journey, establishing this kind of business.
In 2018, when I started out running Wena, most people didn't know that you could pay for goods
Online.
online, that you could receive goods without seeing the person who is bringing the goods, that you could buy things without first touching the things. The space, the lessons might not be as relevant because now the landscape has changed. There are more people that appreciate online space and online shopping. But there could be borrowed lessons. For example, once you start a business, whether people know you as an individual behind the business or not, you could work so hard and just a single mistake would ruin your business that you've built for so many years. So people have to be very intentional on building systems and channels that serve customers to the top-notch, expectation of these customers. But in case things go wrong, there should be channels, clear channels for a customer on how things can be resolved. And if someone has not bought the right item, what then do they do? There should be also a clear channel for the customer on how they can either
claim.
claim, be compensated, return the item. All those things should be clear to the customer. And then people should be intentional about speaking about their businesses online. If you have a social media platform, join conversations that are relevant for your business. That way you're building credibility about your business, because then you attach a face to the digital virtual business
Behind it, yeah.
And people love to trust people, so the more they see a face behind a certain business
which can be trusted,
the more it is easy for people to actually trust you. So it is very important that people, women in this case, stand out, be resilient, be intentional. I think for me that's the thing that has helped me over the years. Being intentional, understanding that business is not a walk in the park.
No. It's not a tea party.
Yes, and that you want to build something, you have to keep learning from people that have practiced this. I am not an engineer or anything like that, but I was just intentional on building a business in the construction industry. I'm still on the learning journey, and for me, my greatest skill right now, I can say, is identifying the right people in the industry that can mentor me, that can teach me things. And also, I have to make sure that I'm always reading and learning new things in the industry.
A leader is a reader, and a reader is a leader.
Thank you.
So if you cannot read, you can't lead. And if you cannot learn, then you can't lead other people. Yeah. So I'm sure that at 28, I'm supposing you are around that age. By the time you are 40, you'll be a very wealthy woman.
Thank you.
Very wealthy and a leader in the sector.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I would just like you to perhaps wind up, because we have a short message this afternoon. We don't want to take so long. Some of the things that have kept you going besides your business, what are those life lessons? Maybe you picked them from your parents, from anywhere in community, your mentor, anything that has pushed you this far.
What I have learned, that I'm a people person. I didn't think I was, but people keep saying I get to connect with people
very well.
Yes. And that has helped me a lot with identifying my possible customers and how I actually get them to pay for the products and services.
Wow.
So that is helping me grow my business, have partnerships, and I think for you to be able to build a business, you have to have a partner or partners that you can be able to have business relations with. Another skill set is I really don't know. It's easier when people are defining me and not me
Than
defining.
yourself,
Yeah,
talking about yourself.
yeah. But I think honesty is also very important. Not that you're right, not that you know it, but being honest and saying, I actually don't think I know exactly what
But
you would
particularly
like me
for
to.
that business you do, if there is no honesty in it, then you cannot succeed in it.
Yes.
Yeah, so that led you, your value of life led you to the type of business you are doing.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also building channels and systems that even when I am here having a conversation with you,
Something is working.
yes, my business is still running. And that is very important, especially for most individual-owned businesses. You find that people are the business. When they are not well, not available, then the business is literally closed.
But those kind of businesses have no future, apparently. If your business is all about you, then without you, the business is not there. You can't even pass it on to your children.
Yes.
And we are trying to encourage people that business should be passed on and inherited.
Yes.
So nurturing your children to do the things you do and do them even better.
Yes.
But I like the point that you make of working smart. I think that's what they tell us. The life coaches tell us, work smart. You don't have to carry the load on your own.
Yeah.
How do you, make this business be done by everyone around yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you are putting across. Business cannot rely on just one person. The systems and working in a smarter way. Of course, with our roles as women, we need to create those kind of businesses because you are so busy 24 hours. There is time for children, there is time for family, there is time for yourself, there is time for other people, there is time for the business.
But I think women should also learn to allocate time. I just learned that we have 24 hours in a day, and all the hours we have are sectioned in hours of 8. The recommended sleeping time is 8 hours. We are expected to work 8 hours a day, like if you have a full-time job. So what do we do with the rest of the hours?
Sleep. 8 for sleeping.
Yes, so that makes it 16. So what do you do? 8 for sleeping, 8 for full-time,
work,
day job.
That's 16.
Yes, so what do you do with the rest to top it up to 24 hours?
Those are another 6 hours, right?
I think 8 hours.
Prayer? Prayer needs also 1 hour.
Okay, and the 7?
There are 5 left. 8 and 8 is 16.
Okay.
Minus 24, how many are those?
I think there should be 8.
There should be 8. Oh my.
So it means that we have a bit of time that we should allocate all the other things, reading,
learning other skills, but also relaxing.
Yeah, so it means that we are just too busy because we failed to know how to allocate time to the different things that we have to do.
Could somebody even say, do we have that time?
It's because we have not understood that we have the time, but we don't know how to allocate the things to the different time.
Wow, that's another discussion for another day. Yeah. Very powerful one. I think I would have loved to listen more to that because we seem to be busy throughout the day. You only go home very tired. You want to enter your bed and sleep. And that's now the 8 hours which you're talking about. But all the other hours you've been working. And at the end of the day, what's the output? Wow. That's so powerful. I've been here with Vaolah Amumpaire, a trailblazer and an entrepreneur in a very interesting sector. I think your discussion, Vaolah, cannot end today because this sector, we need to internalize it much better. And I would like to request you to engage more in our sector, in the various spaces that we are in, so we can be able to encourage younger people who can take advantage of this sector. We may have outgrown it because they say train up a child in the way that they should go. For some of us, we may not have been trained up with the digital era, and it keeps evolving every other time. Now, let alone thinking about a business in the digital sector, but that is the way to go. Personally, I'm thinking around what kind of business I can do, but has a larger 80% of it managed online, because That is the future we are going to, where you can relax at home, sit at home, but money is coming in and you're on holiday. Those are the things we need to talk about. So I want to thank you so much for coming over here. Unless you have some other thing that you want to say that I'm not going to close out, because yours is nice and sweet and also short. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, and I do appreciate that we had this conversation.
At least the beginning. I know I could have more of it. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for being with us here. I've been here with this young, very special a leader in her sector. And I think her short few words have inspired us in this sector. We can do more. We can do better in the digital sector. We can make money and not just to post, small and simple things, I could say, but make money out of this revolution that we have as the digital sector, ICT. So thank you so much. Until we meet on the next episode, we want to sign out from here. Shalom.